All right. So I was going to do in video number 4, I was going to mention this, but I forgot to. So I'll just do a different video here. So setting the record straight, Steve Friends. Did I ever molest or have sexual relations with Tatiana? The answer is no. Okay, no, ever, not ever, and not with her or with any other teenagers ever. So if people wonder about her, she was a kid at my church. Her and her friend Adam, I was giving them both guitar lessons, and she wanted to sing for me one day. She said, "Hey, let me show you something." And I was like, "All right." And she sang, and she blew my mind. I was really impressed. I didn't know she could do that because she wasn't in the choir and stuff, and she was really treated like a black sheep, quite honestly. So, I mean, she blew my mind. I was like, "Hey, I'm doing a recording project. Why don't you do a few tracks?" And she's like, "Yeah, that'd be cool." And her harmonies just came out of her like naturally. She had no training. She was a natural. And so I told her parents, "Hey, I want to showcase her talent. I want her to, if you don't mind, can she be on this recording? And when I get paid, I'll pay her. I'll give her some money." Unfortunately, I never was paid a single penny ever. In fact, we were, a lot. People didn't want us to succeed. Unfortunately, I would have gladly gotten that girl off the streets. Later on, I knew how people were looking at me, obviously, and so, well, anyway, she went down to like Hollywood, and other people got her hooked on dope. Other people got her knocked up as a teenager. Other people were doing this weird like occult stuff on her. Other people were, you took away her baby and used her child as emotional blackmail to control her choices. I mean, it's profoundly evil. And did I care for her? Yeah, I really did. And in fact, after I was divorced, I thought about her. I looked her up, and she was already, in a relationship. But she told me she loved me, and I had nothing to, she wasn't upset with me about anything. We still, as far as I know, as far as I'm aware, there was never anything bad between us. But other people, in our society, they thought that, it was more like morally appropriate and um, socially acceptable to treat me like a scapegoat and treat her like a whore. That was they thought that was better than than letting us have some success, just, enjoy life. So that's how our society is sometimes, and whatever, right? um, but I it's really really appalling though that people would invent these false narratives and coerce people into propagating it, just to destroy someone's success. I mean, that's it's disgusting. So, you know, like just stop, okay? Seriously, stop propagating that falsehood. It's wrong.